This is Mrs. Daniel, and you're listening to The Bomber Buzz.
It's a great day in the Bomber Nation. You're listening to The Bomber Buzz, the Bomber Nation podcast, right out of here at a Berthold Public School. I am Principal Jacob Jenkins. I'm joined with me, as usual, as the Dean of Students, Mr. Paul Rudolph. Paul, this week, some real exciting things happened this week. We did a bunch of charity shopping on Thursday, so yesterday as this airs, the Bomber Buddies went to the mall and they did charity shopping. Well over $1,000 was donated, which is pretty awesome.
That is.
And then we had the opportunity to go to Oak Park and see Wild Robot.
Wild Robot.
Yeah. And then Friday today, I suppose this morning and afternoon, the Community Cares kids, which is grades 5, 6, 7, and 8, we went charity shopping as well. And just really want to say thank you to the families and everybody that donated money. You know, the kids brought $10 that helped pay for the movie, but also at least half of that went to the charity shopping. And we got 20 kids from Angel Trees, and they're having a great Christmas.
Yeah,
and so thank you guys. You know, the people on those Angel Trees, I don't think sometimes we know what their situation is, but they're on there because they have a great need, and so it's pretty great that, you know, we can provide a really good Christmas for them and give of ourselves there. So thank you to everyone for sending that money with your kids, and thank you to our students for shopping and making a special Christmas. Also, we did something really fun on Tuesday. Our 5th through 8th grade went to the senior center, and we did a little bit of caroling, and I got to say, that was just a blast. It was just a lot of fun, and I know they really appreciated it. So if you have a student in 5th through 8th, ask them about the caroling and the shopping. So,
yep, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, full week this week. So we've got a lot of activities coming up now.
We do. We cram them in. You know, we lose that week in Christmas time. You know, with a little bit of a holiday break. So
we got to load it. Otherwise,
you kind of load it up in December. Obviously, as we're talking and people are listening, there's a girls wrestling tournament tonight over in Velva.
Right.
You know, then Monday, the 9th. Now I'm talking. We've got junior high girls basketball game at home here versus our Redeemers. Then Tuesday the 10th, we have a junior high girls basketball game up in Mohall. And then we also play the first round of the Ned Rose tournament. Our girls varsity team will play Stanley. I believe that's a 6 o'clock or 6:15 start. Right in that range. Obviously, there's games before us, but I believe it's right around that. And then the 11th, which is Wednesday, we obviously have the early out. So we have an early out on the 11th, and then the 12th, we keep rolling. We've got a junior high girls basketball game over in Stanley that's been moved up to 3:30 start, and that is to accommodate because we have the Christmas concert. We have the elementary Christmas concert in the old gym at 2 o'clock on Thursday, and then we have the high school Christmas concert at 7 o'clock that evening.
Yeah. Yep.
So we're trying to get the girls out of here to go to play, but still get them back here before those younger girls anyway. And then Friday night will be our second game in the Ned Rose tournament. That's obviously to be determined based on what goes on Tuesday, and then the same thing on Saturday. The girls will play over in the Ned Rose tournament to be determined, obviously. The boys have kicked off. They have practiced all week. They're set to scrimmage. I guess I should have said that. They go to Tioga for a little scrimmage on the 7th of December, but they don't open up their regular season until the 17th. So, yeah, that's what's going on this week. Stays busy.
Yeah,
going to be busy days
does.
around the school.
Yeah, Christmas is going to be here really fast. There's lots of things packed between, and I know the following week is just as busy. So lots going on in the Bomber Nation.
Yeah, the Wednesdays is sometimes your only reprieve.
Right, you get a little bit of a breath. Practice hard and then go crash, take a nap.
There you go.
All right, well, we have quite the program today. I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. We have Denver Deaver coming up, and he's the head basketball coach for girls varsity basketball, and he's gonna talk about basketball. Really great interview, I gotta say. So stay tuned with that. And then to close, we've got Grace Clinton. She's a senior, and she's gonna be telling us about what she's got coming up in her past and all the good stuff there in our senior spotlight. And then sprinkled here in the middle, we have special Christmas music from the Berthold Choir, which is pretty fun. So a lot going on here today. So stay with us. Do we got Denver coming up? United Agronomy's mission is to improve the lives of their patrons and their families by offering data-driven solutions that fit each individual acre. From its start with a Berthold office location in the year 2000, United Agronomy has grown quickly to 4 locations in Berthold, Ross, Parshall, and Williston, and continues to expand their partnerships and offerings. From soil testings and crop scouting to custom spray application and fertilizer delivery and more, United Agronomy offers you the farming solutions you need to get the most out of every acre while exemplifying our small town values. Make sure to visit their website or give them a call to find out how they can help you. United Agronomy is a proud sponsor of the Bomber Nation.
This is Mrs. Osmondson with your fun fact for the week. Did you know that only about 20 to 25% of the ocean has been mapped and less than that has been actually explored? Now you know.
We're back on the Bomber Buzz, and joining us now is Mr. Denver Deaver. He is a girls basketball coach. And we're going to talk a little bit about last season, this season, and all things basketball today. Welcome to the Buzz.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
This is awesome, right?
Yeah.
We get, it's kind of the perfect small town too, right? Because he gets to double up as the head girls basketball coach, but then also as one of our school board.
That's right.
Members, right? So he gets to wear a handful of hats and see kind of everything from a different light. It's
yeah.
Well, Denver, tell us a little bit about how the season. What are you looking for?
Well, we've had an exciting start. Well, I shouldn't say exciting start. Maybe a choppy start. We started last Monday, and then a couple storm days there. That storm rolled in, so missed a couple days, and we went 3 days. And then, the Thanksgiving holiday, take a couple days off there. Yep. But ever since last Friday, we've been off and rolling. And honestly, I feel like yesterday was probably our best practice. Kids had great energy. We're throwing in some new things, trying out some different things. And just a great group of kids, right? We're led by 3 seniors. Keep the energy high in practice. And we're just trying to build off that postseason run we had last year.
Yeah, no doubt. Elaborate on that a little bit, just the postseason run and just how the season ended up.
It was a lot of fun, right? We started out well, hit a bump maybe in the Nedros tournament a little bit. We had some big wins, stubbed our toe a little bit throughout the year. And then we kind of hit the postseason, got that first round game 1 in districts over Mohall. Kids played great, and then finally got to a semifinal game. And I think it'd probably been, don't quote me, but roughly 6 years since we won an opening district game.
Wow.
And then went up against our Redeemers, another team that we hadn't beaten. I think our last time we beat them was 2019. And they were picked to win the district, won the regular district championship, regular season district championship. And we went in, and kids played great. It was a fun game. Beat them in the semifinals, got to a district championship, which I don't know the last time that happened. And built a lot of excitement going into regionals. Got to regionals, got that opening game against Trenton, and played a competitive game against Kenmare, which we're working on right now to try to change some things for that postseason run. Maybe we didn't quite have enough tools in the toolbox scheme-wise and different things that we're trying to build on this season to try to push a little further. But then with this new layout in the 3-class system, getting into that 3rd and 4th place region game, like we still had a chance at state.
Yeah.
And so that shoot around before, our thought for the day, every day we have a thought for the day that the kids can kind of think about whatever, but we sat them down, we talked about some things, and we just said we're not dead yet. So we went in that Towner game and with the mentality like, hey, anything can happen. They got us twice. They got us pretty good in the regular season, got us pretty good in that championship game, which we were probably a little bit exhausted from mentally, physically, all the excitement. And then that 3rd and 4th place game, it was a lot of fun. They Towner started out fast, but we battled back, and I think we got it to within 4 points with 4 or 5 minutes left, and auditorium got excited. The kids were excited, but it was just great to see that last game. The kids never laid down. They fought to the end, and they believed they could win and believed they could do something special. And so we're just trying to take that and build on what that group started and try to continue that this year.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, that it was. And since you brought up that, it was one of my questions going to be, I mean, you being a guy that's been in Berthold pretty much your entire life and having played Class B basketball back in the days, probably had closer to 24 districts, I'm guessing, or something of that nature when you were playing. But now we're down to 3-class system. What do you think? I mean, give me your, give us your thought process as you went through it that first year.
I love it. Like, it just, to me, it evens the playing field, and it's great basketball. You have, I always think you talk to, so there's AA, and B, right? And you talk to some of these A schools, and they said, well, we had to move up. And I say, no, you didn't. We moved down.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are still playing the same teams. You might have one or two, maybe like a Devil's Lake or Wapton that moved down, whatever. But basically, we moved down. So our enrollment is 60 kids, doesn't have to play an enrollment of
160
or 240
200,
or whatever it is, and it just gives so many more opportunities. And I think what we've seen last year is there was a lot of competitive games. I mean, there wasn't very many running clocks. There wasn't very many games where, and I know for our squad, you had to bring it every day. We went from, I think our last district game of the year, we played Harvey, and they went into the district as the 8th seed, right? And they came in and spoiled our senior night, and they beat us, and then we turn around 10 days later, whatever it is, and we beat the number 1 seed.
Right.
So I just think it makes for great, what's the word? Just competition, and it just levels the playing field. You don't have to, and I think it's good for everybody because everybody somewhat has a chance,
That's right.
and with these small schools, it cycles maybe every 4, 5, 6, 7 years, whatever it is. Or maybe there's a group of girls in 2nd, 3rd grade that, hey, this could be kind of exciting, or boys for that matter, where if they have to compete in 5 years against a school that has 250 kids to choose from, or say they have 50 kids trying out for basketball, and now these schools, in my opinion, it's just true competitive sports, right? Like, it just levels the playing field, and like I said, that 3rd and 4th place game, generally in the past, that game's just kind of been
the honor.
It's a wash.
You win, but I think we created a lot of excitement for that championship game, just for the people coming in to watch that championship game, and all of a sudden they see 2 teams that are battling to stay alive. I mean, it was great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree. I think it's been a fantastic.
Absolutely.
There's some of the, the arguments you heard against it were mainly from the Class A schools, right? That was the group that I think they felt like they were going to go up and take some lickings, so to speak. And maybe you saw a little bit on the girls' side, not as much. But I thought, really, for Class B basketball, it was probably one of the more competitive years in recent history.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I'll just say, you look at let's look at that closest tournament to us, and I don't know the Class A regions, maybe it's Region 4, whatever Des Lacs and Stanley are in over there. But just for example, those 2 boys teams played in their region championship game. Well, the year before, they would have been Class B with all of us.
Right.
So it's not like Des Lacs or Stanley went and played Fargo South or Fargo, and that's why I say, I think we moved down a level, and they kind of stayed the same, and
they were. Yeah.
I think it's great. I just think it's great for the kids. It gives the kids a lot more opportunities, and they know every night they lace them up that, hey, we got shot.
Yeah,
That's right.
No, agreed.
That makes a huge difference.
Agreed.
Yep.
Hey, I'm going to switch gears on you a little bit, but one of the other things I want to talk about, because the girls have talked about it quite a bit, they just how much they learned and how busy they were. But one of the things you've done now for a couple of years over the Thanksgiving break on that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, just tell the local people about that. I don't think the whole community knows about that.
So it's a clinic that we started doing a couple years ago, and 3 years ago I actually did an online course on it. And it's called Savvy Basketball. And he's from Arizona, and he flies around the country, does clinics, teaches individual stuff down there as well. Very busy guy. And then for me as well, the head coach at Minot High, who I'd played for, Jason Shores, but he's been a great mentor to me, always willing to help. But he started bringing that guy in 3 years ago. And then last year he's like, hey, if you want to run some of this stuff, why don't we split it, you know, and why don't you guys come down here and check it out? So like last year was a great opportunity for our kids. We got to go play with Minot High, one of the top, obviously the top teams in North Dakota, you know, so it was good for our kids to see that. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we got a lot of basketball in. I think my brain still hurts a little bit from trying to take notes. And then Mr. Rudolph set up the huddle camera for us so we could video the drills and stuff he was teaching us and whatnot. But you got to hand it to the kids because they persevered. But so Friday, just to give the people a little bit of what these kids are trying to accomplish and the work they're willing to put in. But on Friday, these girls were on the court from 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock, steady. Ooh. So 5 hours of basketball. And then Saturday we went 9 to noon, had a small lunch break, and then we went 1 to 4. So they had another 6 hours.
All day.
And then Sunday morning, we flew in at 2 o'clock on Friday from Arizona. So I picked him up from the plane. We ran to Subway quick, grabbed a sandwich. We got to the gym, and he's like, we're rolling, man. And then Sunday he flew out at 10 o'clock. And so we went 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock again Sunday morning. Wow. So I think if I figured up right, they got like 13 hours of basketball, class time, whatnot. And it's just a great, and I'm sure it's the same in football too, but it's always changing, right? Like, like a coach never knows anything and you're always trying to learn. And you know, like one coach told me one time, if you're not stealing, you're not trying, right?
Yeah,
so
it's fact.
Yeah, right on.
And so, and that's what I mean by we're trying to implement different tools. So we have more tools in the tool bag going forward this year. But he taught us a new defense that we're going to try out, and it was just, it's good for the kids as well, I think, to maybe hear a different voice.
For sure.
And this is a guy that he's trained NBA players, and he coaches an AAU team in Arizona. He's been to the Philippines and taught coaches about basketball and different things. And so I know the boosters helped us pay for it, and the girls are selling some raffle tickets right now. So I mean, thanks to the people of the community too for also giving us the funds and allowing us to do that. But yeah, it was a lot of work for the kids, but it was a lot of fun. And I think that clinic we went to last year at Minot High with them, I think the fans in the stands, and I think with the season that these kids provided them, I mean, I think they've seen some dividends from that. So.
That's great.
I think it is. It's a fantastic deal. Yeah. Fantastic deal you do, and the kids are willing to do it. And I asked them how it all went, you know, and obviously it was long.
Right.
Like, but did you learn anything? Oh, yeah, I learned a lot. You know? I mean, it's like, okay, then, well worth it.
Well, and essentially in 13 hours, he put in a whole season of basketball, you know, so like.
That's crazy.
Now me and Coach Lentz were like, okay, well, you want to do this, and you want to do this, and you want, but now you have to try to. Yeah.
Right.
Sort it all out and say, well, let's just start with this.
Yeah, now you pick and choose. Focus. Here's your process.
Yep.
Now.
And then, you know, later on we can add this, you know, that's so great. Like some different techniques and some different schemes that he taught us, you know, we'll just start at the bottom of it, try to get really, really good at that. And then maybe pick an opponent or pick a time. Okay, now let's make this adjustment, and then let's start teaching the kids this, you know, so then we can always go back to the first one.
Right.
And then continue to add to it. And as well, BNC came here, he's got an app or whatever that I can message him anytime. And he also told me send him game film if I need help breaking it down, and he'll instruct me and coach and say, well, you know, like this looks good, but you know, try this or adjust this kid here and that. So, I mean, as a coach, I guess I always try to look for advice or you know, or ask questions. I mean, cause I don't know everything and I'm always learning. And I feel that from what we were doing year 1 to year 7 now it's probably completely different. I don't know that we're doing anything year 1 that we're doing now, or, you know, so, and the game changes that fast as well, but you gotta be willing to adjust to it. And then,
you grow.
Yep.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, in saying all that, you also have to have kids that are willing to learn it.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Because you can try to do anything you want, but if you have kids that aren't coachable or aren't willing to compete or want to learn or want to get better or have goals, then it doesn't really matter what you try to do with them, you know?
Right.
So, and it's a shout out to this group too. I mean, they're willing to try anything, willing to learn anything. There's a fun group to be around.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Well, let's switch gears. Thursday night, we open up. Powers Lake coming to town. Give us a little. I mean, we go Thursday night. Then we go Tuesday night at the Nedros tournament. We play Stanley in the opening round. And then we'll play Friday or Saturday to be determined. But give us a little heads up on what we can expect.
Well, Tuesday night, Powers Lake played West Hope last night. They won 38-34. They're a senior-led team. And the culture over in Powers Lake is, whether it's football or boys basketball or girls basketball, they just, I don't know where all their kids come from, man, but like they have kids over there and they have athletes, right? We're just excited to get going and saying everything that these kids and we did last weekend. And we've had a lot of basketball in the last 5 days. And I think today's practice plan number 12. So, I mean, we've had some time off in there, but with 13 hours of basketball, you could almost count that as about 6 practices, right? So maybe this is more like practice 18 today. And we're kind of to the point where yesterday was a great practice. Kids are excited. But I think you know this as well, Mr. Rudolph, but you kind of get to the point where you kind of just, the kids need a game. They need to see, is this work paying off?
Yep.
And as coaches, you kind of need a game because, I mean, there's going to be some butterflies from us too, right? And get some film down. But I know last year we opened up with Powers Lake, and that was a fun place to play up there. I think they're kind of top tier in that district over there. So it's going to be a great opening game, great start. And we're just hoping to get up and down the floor and let the kids play a little bit and
see what we do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be fun. Because right after that, we go to the Nedros tournament Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. Then we turn around and start district play.
Yeah, it's
it's fast.
Well, and we sit here talking right now, and we're a day away from a game, right? But then pretty soon we're going to be sitting here talking and being the state tournament was last week. Or,
that's right. Talking about wrapping it up.
It goes so fast, but I like the way we start here. Powers Lake's going to be a good opponent to see, and it'll give us a little time to clean a few things up for the Nedros tournament. But I mean, tournaments in the season are always fun to play in. You get that tournament feel to it. We start on a Tuesday, and then the tournament runs Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I think. So we'll play that Tuesday. Then we have a couple days to see who we have Friday, Saturday. But it's a stiff competition over there too. I know North Prairie, they're picked pretty high in their region. They play Surrey. I think Surrey's picked top 2 in our district.
Yeah, they got some votes in the state poll the other day.
Right. And then you got Garrison down there who, they have a good culture down there. Minot High will be there. Nedros, they're Class A school per se, Stanley's a Class A school. So, I mean, it's going to be a fun tournament and good competition. And we just go over there, take it one game at a time. Obviously, we're worried about Powers Lake now, and then we'll get to that tournament. And it's fun to get the kids and as coaches, fans in a tournament atmosphere, especially early in the year. There's nothing like that tournament feel, you know.
It's kind of that sudden. Here you go. It's winner. You win, you stay in, and you lose, you go home, so to speak.
Yeah, and then like you said, then I think our Redeemers comes here on the 17th, and then we're off and rolling with districts. And that's one thing, too, about this 3-class system is our district got bigger.
Right.
Because when we were District 12, there was only 8 teams, so you had 7 games. Well, now you have 11 games.
Yeah.
Because we never used to start district play until after January. Right. So, I mean, you'd play kind of your out-of-district schedule and change some things. You'd have Christmas to kind of work on some things, but not anymore, man. You gotta be ready to go.
Because it goes our Redeemers Glenburn Tuesday, Thursday. It's 2 formidable opponents for sure.
Yep.
So
and that's one thing I always thought about this district too is, I mean, 1 through 11, you gotta be ready to go because 1 can beat 11, 11 can beat 1, and we've seen it last year when Harvey came here.
That's right. A lot of shifting.
And a lot of the teams in this district from last year, like, I can't think of one of them that went backwards. Does that make sense?
They all have a chance to be better this year.
Like a lot of times, you'll have a team that was really good, but maybe they graduated 4 seniors, and then they have a new group of kids. But I mean, I don't think Harvey lost anybody. I don't think
they were young. I know that, and they ran the court really well.
Yep,
weren't real big, but ran the court well and
had some great shooters. Glenburn didn't lose anybody. They have an all-stater in Emma Jones.
Right.
Our Redeemers has 2 all-region players back. I know they lost Maya Vibeto, but they had some young kids coming. Surrey's got everybody back. So, like you say, it's going to be.
Oh yeah.
There's going to be a lot of good basketball.
It'll be a fun year.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it'll be a fun year. Good. Anything else to add? I mean, this has been fantastic.
For real.
Oh, I just. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for the shout out to the kids. Thanks for all your help as the AD. Just excited to get the kids out there, roll the ball out, and have some fun.
Yeah, and we all, and just to reiterate what Denver said earlier, man, we do appreciate everybody in the community that
Absolutely.
Steps up and helps out in one way or the other. Even buying a raffle ticket, man, that stuff makes a big difference to our young people in the community, and it's we truly, truly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely. It's not possible without that. And to run a program, it just it takes a lot of money if you're gonna give these kids a chance. And I know that in a small community, people are getting their door knocked on all the time for $1 here, $1 there, and like you guys said, like thank you guys. So
no doubt.
All right,
Fantastic.
well, that was Denver Deaver. Thanks for joining us today. We got the schedule posted online. If you need a copy here, you can stop by the office, get scheduled, be there for the Bomber Nation, see these girls in action. They're great.
Yep, fantastic.
Stick with us. We got more coming up. Berthold Farmers Elevator is open 5 days a week, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. If you have spring wheat, corn, canola, durum, yellow peas, or feed barley, make sure to give them a call at 453-3431. Visit their website at bertholdfarmers.com for the latest in market, weather, and news information. Berthold Farmers Elevator is a proud sponsor of the Bomber Nation.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight! Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
We're back on the Bomber Buzz, and with us is for our senior spotlight today is Grace Clinton. Grace, welcome to the Bomber Buzz.
Hello.
Grace,
Great to have you.
it sure is fantastic. Looking forward to it. Tell us a little bit about just a little bit about your family.
Well, I have a mom and a dad, like most people, and then I see my grandparents on my dad's side very often, and then I'm really close with my aunts and my cousins. See them really often, multiple times a year.
Gotcha.
I live with my mom full time. My dad's in Surrey.
Your dad's in Surrey.
Yep.
You live in Carpio.
Yep.
What else? Anything else you can tell us about the family?
I got lots of animals. I'd consider them my siblings.
Lots
I
of
guess.
animals.
What do you
What
got?
kind of animals?
I got 2 dogs. I got my dog Jet, and then Rosie is my mom's dog.
Jet and Rosie. What kind of dogs are they?
A chocolate lab and a pit bull.
Oh,
wow.
goodness.
Yeah, Rosie is just the most cuddly thing. You can't get her out of a bed.
Is that right?
Yep.
Jet and Rosie. All right. How about with all those siblings and cousins that you said you hang out with on a regular? What is there a favorite family activity that you guys have, or a favorite time of year, or something that you?
Every time we get together, we always have a really good family dinner. We're all together around the table talking and eating, and it's just a very warm environment. And I look forward to it every time I see them.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Is there a special meal or a special like dish?
Just anything.
Just anything. Could be anything.
Just dinner time.
Peanut
Gotcha.
butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Could be.
Sometimes it's just fruit, and we all sit at the table and have coffee and talk.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is. That's great. Okay, let's go. I'm going to ask some Grace Clinton stories now.
Oh,
When you
okay.
were young, what did you imagine becoming?
I guess I've always just wanted to do something good in the world, like whether or not it's with people or the environment, to just make it for the better, I suppose.
Yeah, that's what. So you thought of becoming an environmentalist, or what did you be
More recently, I have.
more
yeah.
recently? But how about when you were young?
I mostly just wanted to rule the world.
Rule the world?
Yeah, kind of.
Would you have ruled it just chilled or with an iron fist?
I'd be pretty chill, you know. Everyone can just talk to me as they're higher up.
I got you. Now that you're graduating, what are you thinking of you're going to become?
Environmentalist, like
Really?
you said. Honestly, I really want to do something with the environment. I think it would be impactful, I guess.
Yeah,
For sure.
awesome.
Whether or not that's with pollution or anything else, just work something with that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different opportunities in that environmental sphere. I mean,
Yeah, it's a very wide category,
Yeah.
so I'm not sure exactly what I want to do yet.
Yeah.
But
This is awesome, though, right? Here we go. Grace is interested in being in something to do with the environment. We've been doing these now for 2 years.
yep.
And we have had, in a small community,
So many different.
oh my goodness, huh? I mean, ranging from the chef to a
Yeah.
environmentalist to an engineer to it's been really fantastic. How about an accomplishment? You got an accomplishment that you're really proud of that you can tell us about?
I guess I've worked a lot on my personality and the way I act towards other people, and from when I'm younger and now, I would say I've come a long way with that.
Can you elaborate for us?
When I was younger, I used to be kind of really mean.
Oh, serious?
So
You were a mean girl?
yeah,
Really?
well, not like more of like a bully.
Okay.
Sure.
And now I just try to do my best to be empathetic and do things for other people, I suppose.
Okay.
Cool.
God, that surprised me because when I met you, you were nice right away to me. You never really.
So I made progress.
Yeah. That's awesome. Glad to hear it. This is good stuff. How about any extracurricular activities? You involved in any extracurricular activities?
When I first got here, I did FFA for a little bit, but it wasn't really for me.
Okay.
Sure.
But other than that, I've just been working on school, doing my own thing, house stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
also work out at the hospital.
Left that job.
Oh, did you? You're not working out there anymore?
No, it wasn't really working out. I was having some issues with my boss.
Oh, okay.
So.
Gotcha.
That makes it
Yep.
tough.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, 10 years from now, where do you see yourself?
Oh, probably just with a house and a dog. I really, for most of my life, I say my career would be most important.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to work on actually making something important with my career. So I'm not really focused on having a husband and kids and stuff, but I definitely want a dog.
Gotcha.
Yep.
How about a favorite elementary school memory?
Probably my good grades.
Good grades?
Yeah, I miss that. Elementary was so easy to get good grades. You just had to do the work and you got an A+.
Yeah.
It's not like that anymore.
No?
You do got to push yourself a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about junior high?
Probably all my friends. Other than when I first came to Berthold, I was bouncing around schools a lot.
Okay.
But when I was in middle school, I kind of had this really good, solid group of friends, and we talked all the time. And I still talk to a lot of them now today.
Okay. Where were you at in middle school?
Devil's Lake,
Devil's Lake?
mostly.
Mainly in Devil's Lake?
Yeah,
How about elementary?
I went from Litchfield to Montpelier in North Dakota.
Oh, you were down there south of Jamestown.
I was in Montana for a little bit too, in
Okay.
Sydney.
Sydney? Okay.
We just moved a lot.
Gotcha. And then now you've been in Berthold for how many years?
4.
Yeah.
So since
It was
you started high
freshman
school.
year, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a long time for me.
That's pretty great.
Good for you. How about you got a favorite high school memory?
Doing the bomber buzz.
Yeah, this is just great, guys.
You weren't being mean there, were you?
No sarcasm at all. I really like art class. I really like Miss Winninger, and she's mostly been here. She got here my sophomore year, so I've seen her for 3 years now, and I just like being in art class.
Yeah.
I haven't had a class like that in my other school, so
Gotcha.
Well, I know she likes having you in art as well.
Yeah.
She's
That's
commented
good.
that you're very creative. And,
I try.
yeah.
So what will you miss most about the Berthold School? Is something down in the art department?
The vending machine.
The vending machine.
Yeah.
You got to elaborate now.
There's bubblers in it.
There are bubblers?
Yeah, and they're $2.
Are we the only place you can get a bubbler for $2?
In the lunchroom? Yeah. Just around the corner. The only place like that I know of.
Really?
Probably, we probably need to raise our prices. now that we're
No,
talking
don't do
about it.
that.
Okay.
Cheapest bubbler in
Cheapest bubbler in North Dakota. Huh? There you go. So what class have you enjoyed the most?
No, it was an ITV class, but I really did enjoy doing Spanish.
Spanish?
After I was done with it my second year, I was like, I actually did quite learn a lot, and I liked the way she taught. It was a good class.
Okay. Do you speak fluently?
No.
No?
Do
Do you practice much?
No.
No. We kind of have to practice. I mean, otherwise it disappears in a hurry.
Yeah, I know. It's all gone now, but I definitely should have done a third year of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have an interest in languages? Because you've done Spanish and German both, right?
Yeah, I'm doing German now. I guess it's, I wouldn't say easy, but I can do it, and I've never really struggled with learning another language, so.
Sure. You just got that acclamation, or you're able to pick it up.
Yeah, I've definitely picked up more of German than I have in Spanish.
Okay.
So,
Would you say you prefer German over Spanish?
yeah, I think I would do better in Germany than Mexico.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you like the Spanish class better.
It's hard to pick.
Oh,
They're
one of them.
very different teaching styles
Oh,
with
gotcha.
those teachers.
Okay, well that can make a difference. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how you roll with that. So, okay, how about that? How about the Grace Clinton that I know? What advice would she have given that mean Grace Clinton in elementary school? What advice would you give that girl right now? Knowing what you know, if you could go back in time, what advice would you give her?
I would say that a lot of my bullying came from just a self-conscious perspective. I would tell younger Grace to not think so hard on what other people are thinking about me.
Yeah.
Just worry about myself and do your own thing and stop trying to impress others.
Gotcha. Good advice.
That is good advice.
Good advice. 3 things that you'd love to do in your lifetime.
I definitely want to travel a lot, see multiple different countries, different landscapes, stuff like that. I want to build my own family. I've always dreamed of having a house, and like my grandma, everyone goes to my grandma's house, sits down at her table, and we all congregate, and I want to be the grandma that does that too.
That's cool.
Another thing, I don't know, just be stable in life, never have to really worry financially and other things too. I want to be stable with my career and my life.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Good stuff. How do you want to be remembered? By your peers at Berthold School.
I don't know, maybe that I was there.
Grace Clinton, she was there.
Yeah, I think she was in my class.
That's the true chill, Grace Clinton coming out right there.
That is.
I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter to me. Maybe that I wasn't as horrible as they all thought I am.
No, you're not that.
No.
You're not that. I got to go back a little bit here because I think what do you have planned? What you got any pre-high school or post-high school plans? You want to go to college? You got a place picked out, or you got a job you got in mind, or like what do you want to do when you graduate?
I definitely want to go to college. When I was younger, I kind of wanted to go to Colorado, but I think it would just be easier to stay in North Dakota. I mean, more recently, I realized how important my family is to me, so I want to stay close to them as long as I can. So I want to go to college in North Dakota somewhere, maybe NDSU or UND.
Okay.
My grandpa really likes UND. So.
Yeah. They do got good programs for environmental stuff. So
Gotcha. How about okay? Let's go back then. How do you want to be remembered by the faculty at Berthold?
Then I just always did my best, tried my hardest, even if it was hard to do that. I was still giving it my all.
Got your work done. Get your work done.
I'm trying.
Trying to get your work done. There you go. How about anything else you want to tell us?
Just always be yourself. Don't worry about others. It's not really that important. You won't see them in 5 years anyways.
You might not. Should be a good person.
that
Though.
is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. Well, fantastic. Anything else?
Well, Grace, thank you so much for being on the buzz.
Of course.
Stay with us. We got a little bit more coming up here. Birdsall Grain and Seed is a farmer seed company. They specialize in seed sales and feed grade and seed conditioning. Birdsall Grain and Seed strives to provide the best and newest varieties that are conditioned to meet their high standards. As a family-owned company, they live their core values of quality, integrity, service, people, and trust. Their motto, a farmer's seed and agronomy company, reminds us daily that their business is built around satisfying the needs of their customers with information they have learned over a long legacy of their own farm. Birdsall Grain and Seed is a proud sponsor of the Bomber Nation. You've been listening to the Bomber Buzz. This is our weekly podcast hosted right here in the Bomber Nation. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to like and subscribe so that you get notified of all of our new episodes. We try to post new episodes on Fridays every week so that you can be informed of all the latest things coming in and going throughout the Bomber Nation and the school. If there's something that you would like to hear, or if you'd like to make an appearance on the podcast, we'd be happy to have you. Just let us know. You can contact myself, Principal Jacob Jenkins, or Dean of Students, Mr. Paul Rudolph, either by email at jacob.jenkins@k12.nd.us or paul.rudolph@k12.nd.us, or simply call the school at 453-3484. We'd be happy to have you on or talk about what's interesting to you. We thank you for listening. Fly high, Bombers.